Hey there, everyone. That sexy nerd is back again. Yeah, I'm totally not. I did not wait. I am just watching the next one. This one is The Blue Spirit. And this episode, like, to come right after the storm, I feel like the show just held on to us. It's like, you're going to listen to our story right now. And just did not let go until that freaking fortune teller episode. Like, really? I mean, it just became a basic again. That's why that's why season 1, in my opinion, is not the worst season, but the least, like, it's the last best. That's all I could say, because if I say worst, that worst does not apply to this damn series, first of all. And, yeah, it's just like the least engaging season, honestly. I mean, like I said, it starts the whole thing. It starts off really well, and this is a great starting point. But then the meat and potatoes of the story are seasons 2 and 3. So, yeah, I mean, there's no other way to describe it. But yeah, I really am interested to see what he comes up with here, and what I missed in this episode, because there's a lot here. First of all, the whole thing with the old lady, how he just randomly finds an old lady. I always was weirded out by that lady. I'm like, is she a witch or something? Like, what's going on with her? But I mean, the whole episode is just fantastic. It's action packed, and like, it's never been replicated as they tried, but you can't replicate such greatness. So let's not talk about it anymore, and let's just get into the episode. And remember, please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And let's get to it, y'all.
Oh, this episode's sick. Anyone else ever wonder what these...
What did you say?
Oh, this episode's sick. Anyone else ever wonder what these statues actually are? They have monkey vibes, kinda, but they also have this samurai hat looking thing.
Look at that.
The very first shot of this episode is the messenger hawk announcing Zhao's promotion, even before an establishing shot. Wow. Ever notice that? No, you didn't, you liar.
No!
The Yu Yan. Pretty cool idea for an antagonistic force,
but
I do have some problems with the hype behind them.
The Yu Yan can pin a fly to a tree from 100 yards away without killing it.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Jesus Christ, I didn't think anyone would be able to give Zhao a run for his money in the mutton chops department, but Colonel Shanu's running him up a tree. There's a throwaway line in a season 3 episode that lets us know the Fire Nation military uses a color-coded ribbon system with their messages.
A black ribbon message. This is so exciting.
Looks like Zhao's promotion is a red ribbon, while wee woo, the Avatar isn't fucking dead is a black ribbon.
Huh.
What are you doing here right now, Zuko? Just stalking Zhao? Eavesdropping for info is the most likely answer, but seems to me you could just be out looking for Aang.
This should bring your fever down.
Can't make the coronavirus joke, right? It's just too easy.
Maybe it's safer if I go on foot.
Oh no, you're not gonna take your staff? Just even for the run, just to have it? Just gonna leave it there? Oh, well, at least he can't lose it mid-fight. Hey, check it out, a badger mole statue. Also in the shot, you can see Aang way in the background jumping down the cliff face before he runs towards the camera.
I didn't even know. Whoa.
The hunt for the Avatar has been given prime importance.
Excellent.
That's funny.
I take the part.
Okay, so from what I can gather, purely visually, Pai Sho is a Chinese checkers/chess type game, but there's also a pot like in poker. I looked it up and there's some rules made for the game online. Who wants in on the first Overanalyzing Avatar Pai Sho tournament? OAPST for short. We might need to workshop the name a little.
I think so.
That the Avatar can create tornadoes and run faster than the wind. Pretty amazing.
Ah, that's just a bunch of Fire Lord propaganda. There's no way that's true.
This shot pays direct homage to the classic Roadrunner cartoons. Pretty cool.
Really?
Oh no, they're gonna make me do it. It's not even an effect on my voice. It actually just comes out that way. Don't make me do it. Normal cat!
Is everything okay?
No, Uncle, it's okay. I was just pissed off at 7 different birds off screen. Of course everything isn't okay!
My honor, my throne, my country. I'm about to lose them all.
Zuko mentions not only his honor here, but his throne and country too.
Boy, that line, I'm going through a lot right now, like a lot, and that line just hit me like in the stomach. I'm about to lose it all. Oh my goodness. Wow.
way he phrases it, my throne, my country. These things are deeply personal to him. Even just the part, my country, gives it a whole new gravitas. He's had his home stolen away from him, and now there's people from that home that are actively trying to make sure he can never come back. That's such a powerful line. Okay, the Yu Yan pinned Aang with the first 2 shots. Pretty good. And then Aang airbends the next volley away. That makes sense. But I'm gonna dismantle these guys in a second. You wait. Some of the Yu Yan seem to just like kind of morph out of the ground here. I guess when you get so good at shooting arrows, you can just morph out of the ground. That probably adds up.
Can pin a tree to it fly from 100 yards away without killing.
You can see Aang do his slow fall technique like he does in a few other episodes just before he hits the trees here. Okay, I said before I'm not going to comment on the music a lot, but this track goes in.
Yeah.
You can see here and in the rest of the episode that Aang's clothes actually got torn up from crashing through all the trees.
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my honey.
Can pin 100 fly to a yard tree without killing.
Okay, Yu Yan breakdown time. We start out 2 for 2, and then there's 14 Aang blots with airbending, so we won't count those against them. 8 more with Aang just doing normal dodges, no airbending interference. 4 more clean shots here, and those against them. 8 more with Aang just doing normal dodges, no airbending interference. 4 more clean shots here, and 7 more here. I'll assume they each hit a shot on a tree, but I'm only counting shots meant for Aang. 3 here, and 2 here. 1 that murks this frog, but misses Aang. 2 that are embarrassingly off the mark. 3 that are pretty close. 2 more in this underwater shot, and then finally, hey, we got some good ones. 4 right in a row. These all split each other, so they're impressive shots, but they also look like they were going to kill Aang, and they're only meant to capture him, so I'm counting these as missed marks. And finally, 5 more good ones to end it. So that's 11 out of 50. It's not looking very good for that legendary status.
But your little game.
To be fair, they're not used to hunting such game where they can literally run faster than the wind. They did pretty well, all things considered.
Of hide and seek is over.
I've never hidden from you. Untie me and I'll fight you right now.
I fuck with this energy, Aang. Let's go.
You won't be killed like they were. See, if you die, you'll just be
I don't know why
reborn,
this
and
is
the
so
Fire
dark,
Nation
but it
will have to
was.
begin its search for the Avatar all over again.
This is a really smart reason for them not to be able to kill him. It's a kid's show, so that was honestly never on the table. But having a reason for it to feel organic in-universe is a super positive point, even though they kind of throw it out the window later.
No one is coming to rescue you.
He's right.
The next stop on John's military career was to Colonel Shinu's stronghold in the mountains. Good for you, buddy. I'm glad you're doing well.
We are the sons and daughters of fire, the superior element.
This is the only time a superior element is brought up. I mean, Ozai definitely has the idea that his people, and especially he himself, are better than other people, but never a thought of a superior element. I'm glad they didn't go anywhere with that idea. The wording around it could have got pretty dicey.
Breaks through the walls of Ba Sing Se.
But come on! What do you mean dicey? What do you think? Do you think that they're not gonna think that they're better than everyone else? What?
And burns the city to the ground.
This is the 3rd time Ba Sing Se is mentioned, and we haven't even had an idea to go there yet. But we've been to all these less important smaller places that have all had characters with problems and personalities. This is like textbook how to make a world feel big and lived in. Super cool.
What I'd give to be a metal bender.
In this shot, there's an alarm horn mounted on the wall that the guard reaches for, but in the shot prior, there's no such horn. That's 2 things you're not going to beat me on, Avatar. Moon and alarm horn continuity. Okay, Zuko just ran through a canal filled with water. Sure, but you're telling me that he found a bucket and he was like, I'm going to fill this bucket with water and carry it around with me on my prison break mission. I don't think so. In this shot, you can see Momo put the tiara on Katara's head, which is like, of course you can. That's what he brought back this time. But I shit you not, I've watched this show like 200 times and I only noticed it on like my last viewing. All right, I've got to bring up this video.
I just noticed it now.
It was titled something like Actual Chinese Broad Swordsman Reacts to the Blue Spirit. I've Googled every combination of those words and words like it to find that video, but I can't find it. So if anyone knows the video that I'm talking about, leave a comment with what it's actually called so I can cite this guy properly. It was a really cool video.
Really?
Anyway, in the video, he critiques Zuko's technique with his weapons, and if he's actually using them as if someone actually would. And the answer was pretty much yeah. He spoke on how with this style of sword, you would almost never bend your elbows, and it would be mostly shoulder motions. And that these swords were actually especially good at fighting against people with spears. He had a few critiques, but it was mostly positive. So once again here, we see that Avatar really did its homework, and that's really cool. Oh, and there goes Aang's makeshift staff. Aang goes up to fight this mustachioed guard here. But when Zuko intervenes, he's not as
That's another thing. The damn soundtrack for this episode is freaking fantastic. Like, the music is, like, on another level, and it just makes it... That's why I never... It's weird. The feeling in this episode is never replicated. I don't think there's ever been another stealth mission quite like this in the show, ever.
Mustachioed as once thought.
No!
No!
Like
This is so creative, man. And it's like just borders on the realm of believable and cartoon.
Let's say a prayer for Zhang Wei Fu, whatever the hell his name is. Please leave a like for a prayer to let her thoughts and prayers be with them, and by smashing that like button. Do it!
I don't really know what side it falls on, though.
The Avatar must be captured alive.
This right here is my favorite moment in Book 1. The Avatar Roku ending might be the best in my opinion, but this is my favorite. This is an awesome moment. If you haven't put together yet that this is Zuko, and upon first viewing, there's no concrete way to tell, so many questions go through your head.
idea.
Once again, who the fuck is this guy? He seemed to be on our side, but now he's got a blade to Aang's throat. Is he worse than the Fire Nation? Not even they wanted to kill him. Is it a bluff? If it is, that's pretty smart. And I don't want a smart guy to have a blade to my throat. And Zhao takes it so seriously.
Open the gate.
Admiral.
He immediately relents, but has another plan in mind. This whole sequence is fucking sweet.
It is! But, you know what's really funny, though? You still have the scoreboard. But, you know what's really funny? I don't think he's ever this, competent again. Because I think the next time we see him is the whole Zhang thing. And, yeah, he's an idiot. Like, even Zhang was like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot because you have no self-control. But here he looked like he had self-control, but technically he's not really fighting. He's strategizing. So he's a better strategizer than he is a fighter.
It extends to even this point to some extent. Most of your questions are answered, but more are still raised. A lot of them are answered with the most surface level of thinking, but it's still a strong moment.
You know what the worst part about being born over 100 years ago is?
I miss all the friends I
used to
had.
hang out with. Before the war started, I used to always visit my friend Kuzan. The two of us, we get in and out of so much trouble together. He was one of the best friends I ever had. And he was from the Fire Nation, just like you. If we knew each other back then, do you think we could have been friends too?
I was gonna do a joke here, but I don't think I can. This is a genuine moment. Aang's woken up to a new and hostile world. People hate him for just being him. This is Aang desperately trying to see some humanity in his pursuers. Wait, whoa, that's Zuko's smaller boat. I thought that got destroyed. Okay, I'm pretty sure we definitely never see it again now. The Ruby Monkey Idol! I told you! You didn't believe me! Hey look, it's Zuko literally turning away from the Fire Nation. Is that what the kids call foreshadowing? This is my favorite episode in Book 1. Right after we get to see our two boys' backstories, they're working together. And hey, they make a pretty good team. What a genius move to have them work together right after we saw all that. And hey, the action really steps it up in this episode too. The Yuan chasing Aang was an interesting new angle to a fight, and the escape sequence is just non-stop problem solving on the fly. Katara and Sokka being benched wasn't a big deal to me, since we got a whole new interesting dynamic between Aang and the guy behind the mask, whoever the hell that guy is. And it ends on a somber note. Both of them are sad and a little confused with the hand they've been dealt in life. This is the first episode to really end on that tone since the Southern Air Temple, which is also one of my favorites. Maybe I'm just a sad dude. Huh.
Star Wars fans, did you see that at the end? Dave Filoni directed that episode? Are you really shocked now as to why it was so good? Holy crap, anything that guy touches turns to gold. It's not even funny. Mandalorian, Clone Wars, I guess the Bad Batch. But yeah, it's such he's so talented at what he does. A lot of people who have become successful now actually worked on the show, and it's really great to see because obviously their talent went somewhere. So yeah, I'm not sure. I've never really asked that question. What my favorite episode of season 1 is. I never really done that. I gotta figure out if I can come up with my own list of favorite Avatar episodes. Maybe I'll make that a video. I know this is a reaction channel, but hey, there's nothing in the rules saying that I can't do something like that, is there? I don't know. Sound on in the comments. You want me to list my favorite Avatar episodes? It's going to take me a while, but hey, let me know in the comments to see if I should do that. But anyway, yeah, like I said, this episode is fantastic. It really is. I don't know. Maybe it is my favorite episode. I got to see. I really have to see. I have to watch the whole thing again, and I have to determine for myself. Yeah, this is the final one, by the way, that I'm doing for a while, but I'm not gonna let you wait too long for the next one. I gotta focus on other stuff, probably like in the next week. But because the fortune teller episode can wait. Not that it sucks, but to know it's not as good as the other two right now. You know, you go from like this thrilling thrill ride back to the lazy river. You know, you want to ride more thrilling rides, not go onto the lazy river. So anyway, yeah. I cannot believe that I missed the part where that there's a normal cat and that Miyuki's a normal cat. But again, nothing about that. That lady creeped me out. So when I was a kid, I was like, who is this lady? And then she comes back in the fortune teller episode and she hits on Uncle. And I'm like, oh, no, wait, no, that was the fortune teller lady. Never mind. But she's just weird. I don't know. I always thought that she was like a spirit or she was dead or something like that. I don't know. She just weirded me out. I always had a ton of questions with her. But yeah, the whole thing with Zuko, I remember watching that episode for the first time. I kind of knew it was Zuko because I'm like, who else would it be? But, you know, at the end of the day, like when he put the swords to Aang's throat, I was like, what? So, yeah, but then they show kind of his scar on there. It's like, oh, right, it is Zuko. So, I mean, the suspense is real in this episode. And it's really better for it. But, you know, I mean, we'll get into the other episodes later. So please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content. And subscribe if you think I deserve it. And I'll see you on the next episode.